give my money to a man named Curtis Lowe. Curtis Lowe was a black man, played black man blues. You Curtis Lawson's life, he had nothing left to lose. Alrighty. Ooh, nice to see people already showing up. Must be getting things going. People must be ready this morning. Look at my haircut, man. I got a haircut. Look at this stuff. It's like I'm not a crazy scientist no more. Look, no more Elvis sideburns. I don't know, AJ. I don't know. I like getting a haircut though, because this gorgeous woman was like, she was well endowed. And when they cut your hair, they have to like bend over. So I was like, yeah, good morning. Well, make my morning, why don't you? Woo! Yeah, nice lady at the hair place. Wasn't expecting that. But I think they do that, you know, so you tip them. I gave her $5 extra. Well, it sure was a surprise, man. I was like, yeah, I've been having a good day yesterday and today. I gotta clean up and finish these boxes here. Oh man, I feel rough. I didn't sleep at all last night. I mean, I wasn't depressed or nothing. I just was wide awake. After singing them songs and hanging out with you guys, my brain was like, that was pretty fun, man. You know, I do like that better than Bug Island, man. Because it's like more people can get over there. I wish Bug Island maybe had a section where you could put more people or something. I don't know. Whew. Yeah, they need like a little square community area, you know, like a quarter size of that sandbox, maybe an eighth of the sandbox, a little cornered off section, like a community area where everybody can hang out and not mess around with the builders and stuff. Man, I tell you what, I'm so happy. I was so depressed on Thanksgiving, man. I just hope Christmas doesn't do that to me. But I'm taking the doctor's advice, man. The doctor that came over here and the nurses and the CNNs, you know, they're like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, man. And me, at this point, there's nothing I can do. I mean, it used to be when she was crazy and running around, I'd have to, you know, chase her. But they're like, take care of yourself, man. Make sure you're okay because you're not doing so well. They noticed I wasn't doing so well. Sent over a psychologist to talk to me and stuff. But you know, you feel guilty about all that shit. You know, like even going and getting a haircut, I feel kind of guilty because I usually take my mom to get a haircut for the last 5 or 6 years at the same time just to do it all at once. And now she can't do that. She can't, you know. Yeah, and I got to do that. And she goes to bed now at 5 or 6, and so I'm gonna have to start dating again and regular crap. up is tough. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still waking up, dude. I was up all night trying to figure out what I wanted to do for the first time in a while. Like, what am I going to do if I decide to go out? Like, where do I go? What am I going to do? I don't know, man. I think first thing I'll do is probably drive around. All the rides in Louisville have changed the nightclub scene. But I do know of a bluegrass bar way out. I think it's past LaGrange, man. Or it might be on 71. I think it's on 71. It's a bluegrass bar, man. I might go out there one night. Yeah, man. While we was on last night on that over at Looney's place, that one girl started IMing me. She was watching the videos I've been making. She's the reason I got my hair cut. She was on me, dude. She was like, look, if you're gonna be making videos and stuff, you need to start acting responsible and start taking care of yourself and cutting your hair. And I was like, God damn, one of Looney's chickens is on me. I almost like typed out like, Looney, get your chicken off of my ass. But she was serious, man. I think see, that's how redheads are. I told you I was afraid of redheads, man. I told you. Yeah, she was right. She also said my pants droop and I need to find a different kind of pants to wear because when I walk away from the camera, my pants droop like I got a big diaper on. I don't know what kind of pants to buy, dude. I'm not a fashion expert. Women are ruthless, dude. I'm glad she didn't see my old tennis shoes. She'd have probably been on them too. Like, you need to get some Reeboks or some kind of shit. Woo! Believe Looney posting pictures of himself this morning. That stuff cracked me up. I was like, don't show pictures like that this early, dude. That's not right. Better pass my boss a link on Facebook, man. How can I do that? right. I sent my boss a live link. Maybe he'll look at the show. Oh, yeah. Well, it was tough last night. Yeah, that's my boss. Or he's not. I call him my boss. He's not my boss. He just buys everything I make. Everything I make, he buys before I can even advertise it. So yeah, I call him my boss because basically that's what he does. He just buys everything from me. He's the best banjo builder in the United States. There's a handful of them. There's Sullivan, Huber, Frank Neat. There's more. I just can't name them right off the top of my head right now. But there's several, and Eric's one of the top dogs. I mean, he did all the Gibson banjos for decades. When Gibson, after the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou came out, there's a huge influx in. Hey, Joanne Rocket! There was a big influence, huge sales in banjos. So Gibson started producing banjos again after that movie came out. But Gibson didn't have all their own stuff because they throwed it all out and sold it off in auctions. Well, Eric and his dad had bought all those old templates and stuff, and so they contacted them, and so Eric was actually making all the Gibson banjos, mostly the finished parts, and then sending them down to Gibson, and they would assemble them, or he would assemble them there for them. But he was their main man until Nashville flooded. So Nashville flooded about 10 years later, and they just stopped making banjos. So that knocked a big chunk of his business out. But because of that, he's made tens of thousands of banjos. He's got his own banjo called the Sullivan Banjo. He's got that one called the V35. Man, that bested the industry. Man, Johann, it's 6 o'clock in Germany. And my hair, look at my hair, Johann. I got a haircut. I look like a police officer, like, excuse me, son. Can I see your license? And do I smell marijuana in this car? Can you step out, son? Keep your hands where I can see them. Oh, wait a minute. I thought Dreamscape was AJ. AJ is Worth, right? Who is Dreamscape? Dreamscape is Dragon? But anyway, that's what was going on. Yeah. Woo. Man, Johann, you're gonna have to give me a hotel over in Germany so I can come stay a weekend, man. You gotta take me to Amsterdam. Oh, it's Lynn. Ah, so you're Dreamscape. I keep these names. As y'all are aware, I've had a few weird last few days. I'm finally feeling good though, man. The only thing that scares me is when I look this good. It's hard to go out without women just falling all over me, man. It's real difficult. You guys don't know what it's like. I mean, if y'all were as good looking like me, you would know what I'm saying. I'm just woo! Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, my mom's Alzheimer's kicking down a notch, so I'm able to do things. Her spastic spells have basically stopped almost for 6 weeks now. Man, I thought I was gonna go nuts. And I'm sure they're gonna come back and torture me, but at least I'm getting this break, you know. I'm just hoping it stays calm, man. You know, it's just hard to deal with when she's crazy. So yeah, I got the haircut. Looking good. Gotta give me some new duds somehow. Have to go up to the Goodwill and go shopping for some new stuff. I'll spend me $6 on a new shirt, man. Maybe I can find one of them 80s shirts that says Dynamite. Man, this thing kind of wrote over that word you were putting up there. Hey, you know, that's a good idea, man. An intro that plays or something before the live stream starts, or do you mean like after the live stream's been recorded, we put an intro on it? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean just like something that plays while it's waiting, like Steven Crowder, where some kind of banjo junk's playing? Yeah, I can see that. But see, there's another problem. I start playing banjo, then more women will start crawling out of the woodwork. I have to be careful. A banjo is a very dangerous instrument. It is so powerful that women just lose control. They just lose control when you're playing it. They just, next thing you know, they'll be knocking on your door at night and calling you on the phone. So we got to be real careful what kind of banjo intro we put on here, because Cosmic's had enough of this stuff. I got to calm down a bit, you know. Yeah, we'll do that. AJ's got some kind of software called OSB or OBS or something. And I think I got it too, where I can put some kind of scroll. I've got a video studio, but I can't bring it down to the wood shop because I'm afraid it'll get all messed up. It's for teaching banjo. And man, it's got all kinds of cool things I could do to this. But I don't want to get it all messed up, man. I wouldn't know how to. I'd have to make some kind of covered studio box or something to put all the equipment in. Because this place gets funky down here, man. You got to wear a mask and all kinds of stuff. But man, I feels good. I ain't felt this good in years. I've been having these weird spells of happiness and stuff. Like I haven't been happy in a long time. It's like that feeling you get when it's springtime, you know, and you're finally wanting to get out and do something, man. It's kind of what I feel, man. I feel good. This tape's a lot better. The last tape I had, it kind of sucked. This is Scotch. Scotch always makes some good stuff. You wake in the morning before the rooster crow. Find me some bottle and go down to the country store. All the food carry the slow, finest picker ever sang blue. All right, so all the boxes are done now. I don't know what to do, man. I'm so wore out. So, I guess I need to get the other pearl going. This is in my way. This is mother of pearl. It's already cut. Chili was asking me about what it is. It's the shell from a pearl, and that's what the pearls come out of. And the shell is made out of the same thing. Hey, there you are. I was telling him about your ask question about what pearl. This is pearl. This is mother of pearl. Mother of pearl. In other words, the pearl is inside the clam, and this is the mother of the pearl. I don't know how they do it. They come from Vietnam, man. They find these oysters, and from what I understand, after they take the pearl out, they throw away the shell. So these Vietnamese kids go get these shells, and then they grind them into squares and different shapes and sizes and colors, and then they sell them on the internet by the ton, man, by the ton. The only problem is, to get it into America, you need a fisherman's license, and it costs to, you know, I don't know if I'm going to go back and do it again because it's getting expensive, but it's also poisonous. The dust from this, if you think about it, this clamshell was made out of all the pollution in the ocean. That's how it makes its shell. It filters out the crud in the ocean. It makes a shell, and sometimes it gets a little particle in its mouth, which causes this same pollution to build up, which becomes a pearl. That's how a pearl is formed. So this is the garbage that's in the ocean, and when you cut it, the powder, you're turning that all back into whatever it was originally. So you got to be very careful when you're dealing with this stuff, man. This is the powder that comes off of it when you're cutting it. This is the dust. So it starts off like this, and then when you're done cutting it, it has all this powder. So what we do is we have a separate vacuum system that vacuums this into a whole separate container, and we dispose of it separately because we don't want it mixed up with our sawdust. Our sawdust is eventually it's going to be turned into a product too, so we don't want none of this getting into anything out there. Yes, that's how we do it. That's exactly right. Some people said he was useless, and people all were fools. Curtis Now, I can't show y'all what this is cut out. This is copyrighted material, so YouTube would boot me if I showed y'all what I cut out. I mean, I can show y'all other pieces, but this is a big company. So I can't show y'all that part. I'll show y'all some other stuff though here in a minute. So then we got to get some water. We just toss it into the water like that, and eventually it releases. Now, what I can show you guys is these pieces. This guy's pretty cool. He don't care if I show you. Sheldon, what's up, Dragon? Dragon the man. All right. Now this guy don't care if I show you these pieces because he's cool. This is a Sullivan Banjo Company. So this is what they look like when they get cut out. These Sullivan little pieces. And I can show you the wood that it goes into here next. It's called ebony. It's very beautiful wood. Yep, Dragon, he's an old hobo though. Y'all know, all y'all should know each other. There's Johan Rockets in here, man. Chili's in here. Knox Loon's in here. This whole place is full of hobos, Dragon. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, y'all remember Dragon? So, I guess we're gonna start doing these things here. Yeah, I make banjo parts, man. I haven't made a whole banjo. I'm getting ready to, man. We're working on the neck every night, and once I get the neck done, the whole bolt together banjo kit will be done. Model trains, yeah. I got a bunch of trains. I just finished rebuilding, restoring an old coal ramp. I found an old 1956 Lionel coal ramp where the coal car goes up, unloads the coal. I got it for $12, man. But it was, yeah, like and subscribe, please. And it was rusted all to pieces, and so I didn't mind. I just went ahead and sanded it all down and cleaned it all up. Now it's looking awesome, man. I'll do a video on that later this week. But yeah, man, I wish I could go over and run the trains more. Mom's kind of in a Looney Tunes state where I gotta make sure she's all right before I run the trains around. She Alzheimer's is. So the trains used to help her though, man. I mean, for years, I could run them trains in a basement and she would hear the sound, and she's heard it since I was born, because I used to collect those things. I go to yard sales and buy old Lionel trains. So it would bring her back, you know, but nowadays, if she's not in the right frame of mind, it'll freak her out. So I try not to do too much over there. So the first thing we do is we got to coat the back of this so a vacuum will hold to it. Damn it. All right. Hip, back, hip your hip. And I'm riding on. Can I sing a song? Down, dog. Down, dog. Hip, 2, 3, 4. Right. Face. Hippers, come to. Oh. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, now we've coated the back with a top secret polymer. It's all shiny. Not shiny, shiny. I don't even look like the same person, man. I was getting used to the mad scientist look. Ooh, smooth. Yeah, that haircut lady up there, she was like, you got to get you one of them go to hair club for men and get your hair all back up here. I was like, I don't know, man. I kind of like the old bald look, you know. I like the old Kojak on everybody. I don't know. Don't know. I thought that. I'll tell you what, I ought to move you guys back. Yeah, I know, man. Well, it only cost me 20 bucks. It's kind of worth 20 bucks, dude. She was well endowed, and she was shaving my head, and I gave her a $5 tip. But that's an exciting haircut. Invigorating. All right, let's see. I want to take you guys back over there, but I don't know if I can plug you in or not. But maybe the camera's got enough juice. 8%. Let's try this. All right. All right. So this is what I was telling Chili is the pearl machine. This is a pearl machine. This is that black stuff we just had. All this is dangerous. Don't do none of this at home. This is dangerous. This thing right here can smash your finger. This thing could cut your finger off. This is called ebony. It's a tree, and this is a certain kind of ebony. You notice it has a little bit of a brown stripe. This is more eco-friendly, like it's not the ebony that's endangered. Yeah, ebony wood. But I forgot the name of this, but they can't get real ebony anymore. But this is the next kind of ebony. This is ebony. It's just not that 1960s ebony everybody was used to. Because those trees be not only did they become endangered, but they started clear cutting them and burning them for farmland and wasting it all. So now it's super endangered, and they should have been managing it. Okay, 761. What? Don't do that to me. All right, now we got to turn on this machine. It's under here. It's going to squeak. Then we turn it off. Okay. So, down here, vacuum system. That's what holds this down. So when I push this pedal, this thing's gonna suck down, man. You can't get your fingers under here because it's gonna suck down with a ton of pressure. I couldn't move that, man. I mean, you couldn't move this with a car right now. It's that stuck down from the vacuum. Now we got to take one of these. This is one of the tiniest bits in the world. That's like a 16th. No, that's a 32nd. That's a 32nd. No, wait a minute. That's a 64th. What's in it is a 32nd. That's a 32nd. This is a 64th of an inch. That bit's so thin, if you drop it, it'll break. So we got the CNN bit out. I'm going to start this machine up and run it forward. Every CNC machine has to be centered. Every time in the beginning of the morning, you got to start them all. You got to do what's called homing. You got to home it, take it to its home base. It's like in baseball. It's got to be home base, man. Let me show y'all. Now, normally, you would have to do this by hand. But what I got, I put these electric switches on here so that when this machine contacts and closes this switch, it knows by the speed of light exactly where it is. So if you do this by hand, you'll never get it the same every time. It's a pain in the butt. You can get close, but you can't get it exact. When it hits these switches and lines up with home, it'll be exact every time. So I come over here and I get ready to click this thing, and watch this. It's going to automatically come up and hit that switch and back it off a little bit. Now it's going to go forward, hit this switch, now it's going to go left. Now this machine knows, it knows where its home is. It's set it to the 3 coordinates it needs to know where home is. This is not going to be easy. This thing up here. Let's put you back up here. There you go. The electric switches are so accurate that I could put this 64th inch bit on here and keep going without lining up more material. It's amazing what the switches do. So anyway, we get the machine knows where it's at now, right? So now I gotta come over here and put this bit in here. I take it over to the center material. Then I do the same process as the switches, except this is a different kind of switch. This is going to set my Z-axis. That's a 64th inch bit. It's so delicate that this machine don't even break it when it does that. So it it completed the ground, the circuit between this and this. So now it knows exactly how tall this is. So what I gotta do now, let's go find the cutting material thing. Hey guys, hold on. I'm getting the software. Software's giving me a glitch for a second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. For some reason my network crapped out, so I had to go all the way upstairs. So anyway, we load up the software. And we press go. So what it's doing now is it's drilling tiny little 64th inch holes so that when we put the mother of pearl in there, it goes all the way up to the tips of everything. So every time there's a point on the mother of pearl, it fits in there because that 64th inch bit drilled out that little tip. You can tell from here, this is that code, like on the Matrix. Can y'all see that code running by? Let me do it this way. It's like the Matrix. Remember the Matrix when he's reading that code? That is telling this machine what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to do its thing. That's the vacuum. I love that thing. I made that thing out of old parts I had. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh. Cool how that little knob spins. Almost done. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. Subscribe so y'all know when it's happening. Okay, now it's done. Put y'all back in here. Now on this machine, I have to turn that bit off because it's such a cheap machine, it doesn't automatically turn off. So I take this one out. Now this is a 32nd bit. This bit is 32nd inch big. Round, whatever you call it, diameter. So we got to move it back to the center material. Close to the center as you can get. Now we're going to set the Z depth for this part of the situation. Now if this clip wasn't on here and I pushed that button, this machine would drive that bit all the way down through this wood and just until it finally got to where it hit the bottom of this part right here. But it would take this whole thing and just crush it right through there. That's how strong these little suckers are. You gotta be careful because you'll ruin your machine. It's not an easy thing. So this thing's set, we turn it on. Now we're gonna load up the second set of software that cuts out the design. And since it's a new design, I look over here to make sure it's okay. And then we press go. Now this is the CNC doing its thing over here. It's for the headstock of a banjo. It's the part that goes on where the tuners are and has all that fancy inlay on it. So if you look up banjo headstock inlay, you'll see all the kinds of inlays they put on banjos. Now we're not going to stay here for this whole time because this thing takes about 2 hours to cut all that pattern out. But what it's doing, it's making a pocket for that pearl to fit into. So when this is done, there'll be a negative impression routed out. It's the exact same size as the pearl image. So if we have a pearl image that looks like this is a pearl. You see how thick it is? That machine is now making a pocket in that wood so that this will fit in there flush. And you won't be able to tell it's in there. All right, let me plug you guys back up. And oh, I forgot the camera stand. All right, you guys. Guys and girls, I know that's why I had to get a haircut. That girl crawled up my butt last night. She was like, look, if you're gonna make these videos, you need to understand it. People see what you look like and you need to get a haircut. Yeah, we're chicken talking. So I went and got my haircut. Daggone redheads are always bugging me. They seem to sense that I'm redhead phobia. And they always find me in a crowd, man. It's like they spot me. It's like I got a big dome on me that says, stay away, redheads, and they can't stay away. They have to come up and say something. And they're usually right, you know. Yeah, I know, I'm just griping because some girl said it to me. She was right. And she said I got to get some pants that don't sag. She said when I walk away from the camera, it looks like I got droopy drawers. I'm gonna have to get some new pants now. Dang on it. I was so happy. I mean, what is it with women just destroying my happiness all the time? Everywhere I go. It's like every woman just wants this goal is to make sure that I'm unhappy. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm doing pretty good. Alright, alright. Alright. Give me a second, I gotta go wash all this out. Like I said, I can't show you guys this copyrighted stuff. But what I'm doing now is I'm taking a cloth, I'm taking all that pearl that came out, and I'm scooping it onto this cloth, batting it off so all the water's coming off of it. Just spread them out, check them, make sure they're okay. You need a haircut. If you're going to be on the internet, you need to have your haircut. I was so happy. I just got over the other chick giving me crap on the phone. Maybe it's that they just care about me, I don't know. So anyway, now that we got these dried, I can't show you this. This is a dot. You can't copyright a dot. But what I got to do is I got to find out how thick that dot is, so that little machine back there is cutting out that pearl. I mean the pocket. So this dot is 0.36. That's pretty good. Everything come out to be usable. The thing when you're cutting that pearl is it's not always, even though it looks like a little perfect square, there's a whole bunch of kids that actually make these things, and they're hand doing them on a grinder, so they're not exactly perfectly parallel. So this end might measure different than this end of this pearl. So when you're cutting out a logo, part of your logo will be taller than the other logo, only by like tiny bits, but they matter because this is hard as rock, and when you're trying to sand it down, you want all your pearl even so that the sanding process doesn't cause unevenness in the wood from one piece of pearl being taller than the other, and you're trying to make them all flat. So start off with them all being the same size. So that's why there's no money in this stuff, man. The amount of hours that go into making all this is nuts. When I built my banjo for myself, the one I'm making as a kit, I'm going to use laser engraving instead of all this pearl. I mean, I'm still going to cut pearl for all these factories, but I'm going to use a laser engraver and just do fast, boom, done, art, out the door. Some kind of stuff. Pearl's great though. But if I was going to make a banjo with pearl like these guys do, I would make a serious banjo. But you know, these guys got the market cornered. I'm not going to compete with these guys, you know. So this is good stuff. That saves my day. All these little dots. I'll show you all these dots. Now when you're cutting out mother of pearl, your logos are only part of the pearl, right? So you don't want to waste all that pearl because it's expensive. So you make things like little dots, little stars with the excess parts that aren't there. So I don't have one of the skeletons around because I just threw them all away. But so the parts that are big and big enough to put extra pieces in, you make all these little pieces so that you can get the maximum amount of money out of your pearl that you got, because it's almost as expensive as gold. So you make whatever you can out of it, and you sell the little dots to people that make jewelry and all kinds of other little fancy things, earrings. What I'll do is I'll end up collecting enough dots to fill up a bag full of like 500 and sell for 25 bucks or something. So that's kind of what we do with our extra space. We make all these tons of dots. Where's the making dots? Man, I wish I was over there with Johann Rocket right now. It's beer 30, man. He's over in Germany. It's already probably 7 o'clock or something on a Friday. You look at y'all's comments here. You talking about my pants? I tried, man, but it looks like I got high waters on. I'm afraid to look at my butt when I walk. I don't want to look at my butt, but now that because of this person last night, I gotta try to find some pants and actually look at my butt and make sure that it doesn't sag. But I do understand what they're saying. I just don't know clothes what that's called. That's got to be called something like a high-rise jean or a low-rise jean. I just thought these were comfortable. I didn't realize that they were wrap pants, you know. Kind of looks like you're a rapper when you hang them down low. They come down to your knees. I don't know, man. What a day, man. So that thing's cutting this stuff up. Nothing really left to do. Tonight we'll try to cut a neck, I think. I don't know if I'll get to it or not. I'm kind of beat. Rapper with a banjo. Have you heard our rap song? We wrote a rap song, dude. You got to hear our rap song here. Yeah, somebody play Chili our rap song. We got a rap song, it's pretty good. I'm trying to get Looney Chick to redo his part. But we did a Bug Island rap song, man. It's pretty cool. Ah, what a day. Steve Urkel, do a Steve Urkel. Did I do that? Do a Steve Urkel and pull my suspenders. I wear suspenders, man, because you can't go around pulling up your pants all day around here, man. It's like you spend half the day pulling your pants up. I don't know what else. else to do. How long have we been streaming so far? It doesn't say. Oh. Whew, I was up late last night. I was up late trying to think stuff, man. I gotta have a conversation with one girl that calls me all the time. And I gotta be blunt with her somehow about some stuff. I'm not used to that. I tell you why I'm not used to that, man. For a decade or more of my life, I was working in the music industry, and I was dating women that were gonna leave after the season was over. So if something bugged you about the girl you were dating, you didn't have to say nothing about it because you knew she was gonna be gone in September. And so it was really easy. You didn't have to like fix the other person so you could be with them long term. So I got so used to that, man. I was just like, I just treat people like that now, and I shouldn't. So I've changed my ways, and now I'm gonna explain things to people so that they maybe longer friendships can last. That's my whole goal, is to make the friendships last longer. But it was so easy, man. Maybe 20 years of my life, I didn't have to worry about that kind of thing. I was either in the Air Force or the people I worked around were seasonal. So it's a different concept when you want somebody to be your friend for a long time than it is for 9 months. It's a different thing altogether. And I'm not talking about marriage or dating or nothing. I'm talking about just hanging out. For example, man, you got a friend that maybe smokes around your kids or something like that. And if you want to keep that friend around, you got to go up and tell that friend, hey, man, you know, I want you to hang around, dude, but you can't be smoking around my kids. You're going to have to do that out in your car or something. That would be an example of trying to keep a friendship lasting longer. Whereas the other alternative is, we just won't invite him back. See, that's the other way. But if you want somebody to hang around, sometimes you got to ask them, can you not do that? Can you do this? If we're going to be friends, you're going to have to do this. And that's worth it sometimes if you like somebody, you know. Want them to hang out. So, what else can we do today, man? I don't know. It's Friday, man. I don't know what it is shit. It's 3 o'clock, man. Guys, we might go out to a pizza parlor or something tonight. I ain't got no money, so I'll probably go to White Castle. I got $5. I'm gonna go to White Castle tonight. The WC Lounge, the Porcelain Palace. Yeah, where you should take all first dates to find out if they're gold diggers. Yeah, well, you're in Germany. No, it's not. Today is not Saturday. Is it Saturday? Don't be doing that to me, man. You are correct. It is Saturday. I missed the day. Oh no. I'm sorry, man. I made a mistake there. It's Saturday. Crazy chick said she called me this weekend, so that means it's this weekend. Now I gotta make sure I'll figure out if I'm gonna answer the phone or not. I thought I had another day. I was going good, man, but now I got, maybe she'll forget me and she won't call. I don't know. But I'm gonna go to WC Lounge anyway. It's Saturday night, by gosh. I might have to be packing when I go because it's pretty dangerous at night up there. But I want to go up there. Woo! I have to take the American flag off my antenna. Woo! You know what? I might splurge and go up to DQ, the Dairy Queen. Yeah. And I'm not talking to one in Portland. I can't get that far. I have to go down here on Dixie. be fancy. You go down to the Dairy Queen on 23rd Street down there in Portland, where Looney Tuck hangs out. Yeah, that's where Rich hangs out, man. There's a flood wall right close to it, so he can pretend he's deer hunting over there. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, I'm safe. I'm always safe. This neighborhood's nuts, but I'm safe. I used to have to carry a gun to go to Kroger's, but now they got police in there. So all the craziness has kind of subsided inside there. But yeah, it's the weirdest thing, man. It's like, dude, I gotta go packing to go into a Kroger's because people are getting beat up and robbed on the way out. It's freaking nuts. But not now. They got police in there, like a full-blown police officer, not security. Louisville Police Department sits down there now. And I feel safe, so I don't have to take nothing down there. But you never know, so if you're a bad guy watching, you never know what old Cosmic's doing. So yeah, it's pretty sad around here. That's why I was saying when I want to go out, I have to go to the other side of town. This is not some place you can go with my background or whatever you might say, my race, whatever. So I would have to actually go 20 miles to the east, basically, before it started getting pretty fun. Nice places. Not when I say nice, I mean just like Applebee's, Texas Roadhouse. Those kind of things are about 10 or 20 miles in that direction. Yeah, when this thing gets done running, man, I'm gonna close it down tonight. I didn't know it was Saturday. I thought it was Friday, man. My head's been so messed up. Thanksgiving screwed my head up, man. I mean, I was having a great time and things were going good, and I got this phone call a couple days before, and maybe a day before. Got my head all mixed up, and then now my head's back. But it wasn't just the phone call, it was the holiday, man. Used to be so many people in my family, man. I had a large family. Now they're all dead or moved away. So it was kind of tough on me, being like a ghost town. Not even traffic out here. So, okay. Well, I guess that ends the stream today, man. I got my hair cut, just like that chick said, and now I'm going to go back on tonight and ask her where did I get these pants she's talking about. Because I just don't have a clue, man. Or at least tell me what they are so I can go buy some. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Lynn and Joe and AJ and, oh, man, all the SL people. I can't believe Chili and is it Johan? Thank y'all, man, coming out, man. Please subscribe so that you'll know when I'm doing more. I'm going to do, Monday I'll do some more good ones. Starting Monday I'll do some work y'all can see. But that's about it, man. So appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and we'll show you some more Monday.